Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for the Scrap Room to share with you this layout created with the Our Story collection from Echo Park. So if you subscribe, you get 2 sheets of the stickers as well as 3 pieces of the cardstock in the Flavors of the Month kit, and these are both sides of each of those sheets. You also get 2 sheets of Whirlpool cardstock. I'm going to show you the branding strip there. Super cool. I love that color. And then I get the pattern paper add-ons as well as the embellishment add-ons. So you get that, and these are the patterned papers, and those are both sides. If you subscribe, you also get an exclusive digital cut file, and I have part of that file up top there that is cut with the tone-on-tone red. So I have 3 photos from forever ago, and interesting story, I actually wrote the wrong date on the back of the photos. So these are from 2018. And so these pictures were taken in spring at the Biltmore in Asheville, North Carolina. And so I am going to use some of the florals as decor to supplement the florals, the flowers that are in the pictures, as well as our family picture. So I really wanted that flower as sort of a border or a corner. And I don't mind that the stripes are going the wrong way, because why can't they go up and down instead of horizontal? So I went with the vertical of the stripes, so that would allow me to use the flower as a corner. And then I have a strip of the green tone on tone at the bottom, and to me that mimics the flowers. And then you see the blue that's up the top that mimics the sky. So the sky up above and the grass down below. Perfect, right? So I am trimming off some of the white around the photos, and then I'm going to do a collage of these photos. So there are 2 of scenery, one of which is 4x6, and then the other 2 photos, one is of my family, and then another scene, and that is a 4x3 photo. So my original intent was I was going to just glue this all down on that blue piece, but I thought, oh, I might want to use a lot of that blue piece because it's 2/3 of the sheet that I will cover up. So I thought, I'm just going to back it on cheap white paper, and perfect, right? Then I can stretch the kit and make it last a little bit longer. So I will go ahead and adhere that down and then just trim it with my scissors. If you butt your scissor edge right up to the edge of the paper, you will get a straight line. And it's much easier to me than it is sticking it through the trimmer and kind of playing a little bit of a guessing game. So there is the background, the foundation of the page, and then the rest is just going to be layered and built upon from there. So I really like, I'm going to shuffle these around a little bit because I don't want to cover up too many of the tulips in the 6x4 photo, but I also don't want to lose that oval shape as you're looking through the, it's not a gondola, but as you're looking through the framing of that oval photo there. And so again, I will shuffle these around multiple times as I am creating. So I have new foam, foam adhesive. I have the thick one that's from ThermoWeb, and this is just a cheaper one that I got. I don't even remember where I got this from, but it's thinner, and so I don't have to cut it apart. For those of you who, I've had multiple people ask me about the cutting of my foam. So the big giant roll that you see me use that is super easy to cut is from ThermoWeb. And I believe I have a link to that in my Instagram somewhere via Linktree. But if I can find it before I leave, I will go ahead and link you to that down below. But if not, I will add it at a later date. So here we go, shuffling around these photos, trying not to lose too much information in the conveying, but also trying to get some symmetry in the alignment of the photos. So I've definitely committed to those 2. And in the meantime, there's the date. And so I can't remember what it ended up saying, but it ended up being April 5th. And so I actually write the wrong date, and something makes me go and check what the actual date was. And that's where I found out that I wrote the wrong date on the back. Not that it's terribly important, because it'll probably go in the album with other photos that were also dated the right date, but then I would have been confused. So anyway, I did fix the date, and so the date doesn't look quite right when you look at it in the final photos, but it it's a good compromise. So this is the pretty much what I had there. There we go, is what I settle on. There's plenty of room. It's a little bit boxy. I had wanted to stagger the sizes a little bit more, but I really wanted that frame in there. I just thought it was a nice offset to the oval frame, and kind of pulled all of that together. So I'm using liquid adhesive with a fine tip applicator, again from ThermoWeb, to just get this fine detail from the digital cut file. I saved the hearts that came from the O's, and I'm going to use those as well just to kind of tie everything together for some cohesiveness within the layout there. There is much more to this cut file. I think it is a watering can with some flowers coming out of it, but you can see I have no room for that on my layout, and I just thought this was a fun title for the page there. So my 2 sticker sheets happen to be these florals, which is super awesome. It saved me from having to fussy cut them, but there is a sheet that you could have fussy cut if you do not get the floral stickers. And then I have some other sort of more phrases. Actually, no, that's not true. I have more icons in my second sticker sheet. So some of these I'm going to pop up again for texture and layer. I like the way that the colors pop. So that yellow flower really popped the yellow flowers that are in the pictures there. There's a lot of red in the collection, which pops the red flowers, as well as our red. I think I'm wearing a red shirt. Nicholas is wearing a red jacket. And I think I'm not sure, Mia's coat may have been red as well. It may have been hot pink. I'm not really sure. So, again, just layering up some flowers, and I ripped that sticker, so I had to piece it back together. And a couple of other elements throughout here. I really wanted to use that, but it was really the wrong color. I didn't have any of that peachy color in the collection really, and it was kind of really a bold circle where there were no other circles that were going to end up really being on the page, and so it sort of stood out. I also really wanted to incorporate that particular banner in, but again, that green wasn't really anywhere, and it just didn't fit. And you can see I have a trio of embellishment clusters. So the yellow flower at the top center, and then there's that flower cluster between the 6x4 photo and the frame, and then the floral cluster to the left of Bloom and Grow. So that visual triangle that leads your eye through the journaling will be to the left of the family photo. And so that visual triangle leads your eye up through the journaling, through all of the pictures, down to the date, and then across to the title and through all of those pictures there. So it's very much something that I am very cognizant of when I'm designing that visual triangle. I don't find that I have to have 3 matching clusters. In fact, very often I don't. I like I like having 3 different clusters. It's just if you have 3 of the same clusters, to me, it's sort of redundant, whereas it's a little bit more visually interesting when you have 3 different clusters. But because I have flowers in all 3 clusters, that's what ties those clusters together. So I'm adding some of these sticker brads, enamel. What are those things? Anyways, adding some of those, and that will finish off the page. So close-ups to follow, subscription information in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.